Good morning, yes.
Morning.
There's been a lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture or innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back. Skip,
well, I thought,
Skip, just let me.
I didn't know you were going to bring up
No,
this.
I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanations, so clearly somebody.
No, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
See, this right here is a classic example of what we call white privilege. You know, Skip Bayless has become increasingly more disrespectful. You know, the way he's been speaking to Shannon lately is just, and it's just unacceptable. Right? We come from a place where you have to be held accountable for your words. Unfortunately, in our communities, you can't say what you want to say because you might have to fear for your life. If you disrespect the wrong person and you talk to the wrong person in a fashion, you got to be able to beat that person. Like, you got to be able to fight. You got to be able to knuckle up when you talk in the manner in which Skip does. But white privilege has shielded Skip Bayless from consequences, from all consequences. He's normally irate. He talks so disrespectful out of his mouth to people, and it's because there's never been consequences. And unfortunately, he's going to continue to do it. And the disrespect, and it's because his white privilege has allowed him into spaces. He's not even an athlete, but he can give commentary on sports all the time. And he can talk to people who have excelled in those sports in a manner that is so disrespectful that I don't even understand. But it's called white privilege. So Skip Bayless and his white privilege will continue to degrade, even talk down on athletes. The fact that he seems adamant that he won't apologize about a tweet that was so insensitive and disrespectful to a man who nearly lost his life just shows you that his white privilege continues to show up. And I pray for Shannon Sharpe because he has patience that I don't have, And I think now what Shannon is seeing is what Will was doing. I don't want to bring up but Will had to go through that for years, right? Even the nicest person, right? You keep pushing the wrong person's buttons, something's going to happen. At some point, Skip Bayless is going to have to pay the consequences for the way that he talks to men. In the hood, we know what those consequences is. So, Shannon, my prayers are with you, brother, because it couldn't be me.